Hey everyone, it's Wolfgang. I want to talk about how to find private business information so you can invest in or sell to that business or possibly copy it if you're looking for a business to start. So the private business I'm talking about means compared to a company that's listed on a stock exchange. When a company goes public, it is required to disclose all its financial information on a regular basis. But with private companies, that is not the case. And there are some very large private companies. United Parcel Service, UPS, is a private company. I believe Chick-fil-A is a private company. So there are a lot of large companies that have not gone public, and you can't go online and get financial information for a private, non-public company. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to get some insight into the health, the stability, the financial situation of a private company that otherwise does not publicly disclose their financial information. So this comes up when we want to either sell something, sell products and services that, from our company to a stable company, or we want to invest in the company, or maybe make it part of a roll-up. A roll-up is a consolidation of several similar businesses into a larger entity so that you can get a multiple expansion, or it's also called multiple arbitrage. I covered this in an earlier video where when you roll up a bunch of similar businesses, the whole is worth more than the parts. And so if you're trying to invest in a private company, it can help to know if the company is healthy. And if it's a private company, it's very difficult to. You can't go online and search and find this information. So we're either going to buy or invest in, or we're going to sell goods and services to, or we're going to copy an existing business that does not make its financial condition public information. It's not online. I'm going to explain some ways to figure out whether the business is healthy or not. Because if you're selling something, you don't want to waste time selling to a business that's not healthy. You have a limited amount of time. If you're selling goods and services to companies, you should only make sales effort to companies that are successful, that you know are successful, that are not hurting. So it's really important to be able to get this kind of information, this financial information that's otherwise not public. So, like I said, a deep pockets business, a company that's doing well, has a lot of revenue, is good to sell to. A stable, successful business, private business, can be copied or invested in. If you're looking for a new business to launch, it's much better to first identify a successful type of business and then copy it. For example, if you were investing in car washes, it would be nice to know if the area where the car washes are is subject to periodic droughts. I ran into this in California. California has less rain than, what are some other states? East Coast and southern states have more rain than California. California is a drought state. So knowing that a business is not healthy allows you to avoid messing around with it. So if you're looking to start or copy a business, you should identify the ones that are successful and not try to copy an unsuccessful one. So radio ads, television ads, job openings. So these are somewhat overlooked methods of finding out if a company is healthy. In fact, these methods are best used by someone who only wants to focus on companies, either selling to companies or investing in companies or copying companies that are successful and that can generally demonstrate that they're successful, so that you don't waste time on companies that are not in good shape. So online ad campaign, like a digital ad, which is usually text-based, maybe an image or two. Those are really inexpensive to run. I've done those. They don't cost that much. An ad campaign is not very expensive to run. So if you find a company advertising online, it's pretty meaningless. You can't really get information from that. But if a company is advertising on the radio, that's not cheap. Radio advertising is not cheap. If you find a company that has a TV ad campaign, that's even more expensive. And I'm not talking about a one-time placement of an ad, either on radio or TV. I'm talking about incessant, repeated ads that occur over and over throughout the day and stretch on for weeks or months. So when you run into radio ads, TV ads that are running all the time, that is a healthy company. Even though their financial information is not online, that is because that's an expensive proposition. Online advertising is much cheaper than creating a radio ad campaign, because there's a lot more setup for a radio ad campaign than there is for an online ad campaign. You can go to online sites and pay someone $50 to create the images for your ad, and you can either write the ad copy yourself or hire someone for a couple $100 and start an online ad campaign. And they're pretty cheap. You can so this does not differentiate a successful from a non-successful private company. But these do. If you find a business that's advertising on the radio or the TV, and I'm talking about frequent, incessant ads over a long period, that is a company you can spend money, you can spend time on either selling to, investing in, or copying. So the other thing that private companies have to do, they don't like to disclose their financial information if they're successful because they don't want people copying them. But sometimes they can't help but expose the fact that they're stable and healthy. Although private firms don't disclose their financials online, they do use online job sites to hire. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 job openings at a company. I'm talking about a company that is advertising on a regular basis for different positions, including upper management or management job listings. If you find a company that is advertising job openings on the job sites, upper management jobs, and line employee jobs on a frequent basis, that is a healthy company. Payroll expense is one of the it's usually the number 1 or number 2 expense in a company. Payroll expense meaning employees. If a company is advertising with job openings, over a longer period of time and several different job openings, different positions, it's a good indicator. It's not a perfect indicator, but it's a pretty good indicator that the company is doing well. And if they're hiring management positions, it could indicate they're expanding, opening a new location, a new division. So radio ads, TV ads, job openings, not one-shots of these. I mean over and over, repeated radio ads, repeated TV ads, repeated job openings. Even though the company is private, if you're seeing a lot of these for a company, bam, you know that they're doing okay, that they're generally much healthier than a company that's struggling to survive. Because companies that are not doing well, they can't afford radio ad campaigns, they can't afford TV ad campaigns, and they might have a job opening every once in a while, but it will be one position they'll advertise and then the ad will be gone. And so what I'm talking about is to look for the frequent and incessant ads over a longer period of time. That company is doing well. So I've got some examples from this area that we're in of this type of hint or clue or giveaway of successful companies. So in our local area, here are some of the relentless, frequent, incessant ads that are showing up on radio and TV. HVAC, that means heating and air conditioning companies, a lot of them, not just one, several of these companies. So when you hear an HVAC company advertising on radio or TV, and you hear more than one HVAC, air conditioning and heating company, that tells you that's a successful business. Are all those companies successful, that type of business? No. But if they're advertising over a long period of time, incessantly, they have enough money to be able to afford these campaigns. So plumbers, local attorneys who are successful, mortgage lenders, local mortgage lenders who are successful, real estate agents or agencies or offices. We see a lot of jewelry and diamond store ads that are just like over and over for months, for years at a time. Financial planning businesses, retirement focused businesses. These are registered investment advisors, RIA. They are frequent, incessant runners of ads. They're spending a fortune on advertising. Kitchen and bathroom remodelers. These are all from our local area. Banks, computer repair and retail. Everyone has a computer, right? Flooring stores. There's a lot of flooring stores, carpeting, tile, luxury vinyl tile. So that was the local market. The national market, the ads that we've seen that are frequent and incessant. And again, we're looking for companies that if we decide we want to make a selling effort to, we want to sell our goods and services to, that we're not wasting our time on a company that's broke, right? So at the national level, there are different companies that advertise medicines, all different types of medicines. Generally, they're backed by pharma companies, pharmaceutical companies, but not always. Doctors for things like hearing aids, surgeries, are advertising frequently. Doctor groups, and there are a lot of employment and job recruiters that have these expensive ad campaigns. Cell phone companies, including Consumer Cellular, Verizon, AT&T, Pure Talk. Replacement window companies, Renewal by Anderson is a big one. They're it's like over and over repeatedly. A lot of weight loss companies, weight loss products, a lot of gold and precious metals. So these companies, they are making money. They are doing well. They are stable businesses that can afford the very expensive cost of frequent, incessant radio and TV ads. Auto warranty companies, there are a lot of these ads for companies that advertise an extra warranty for your car. And then a lot of unpaid taxes, IRS rescue companies trying to help you pay back your IRS debt. A lot of addiction and drug and alcohol recovery companies. So what I'm saying is, even though we start with the problem, we'd like to invest in or sell to or copy private companies, but we don't know which ones are doing well because they're not publicly disclosing their financials. So this is a way, these are overlooked ways we pay attention to who's advertising, we pay attention on the job sites. These are pretty easy to track. You just turn on the radio or the TV. With the job sites, you have to decide, okay, I've seen this company advertising a lot. Let me start tracking them on the job sites to see if they're hiring. Because if a company's hiring, again, the payroll expense is like the number one or number two expense of a company. If they're hiring and they're doing ads like this, the company's doing well. You should copy them. You should sell to them. You should invest in them to roll them up as a consolidation play. So privately held companies, they don't have to disclose their internal financial information, but they do things in the marketplace that give it away. Because broke companies cannot afford radio ad campaigns that go on for a long time or TV ads, and they can't afford to do a lot of hiring. So you can make the most efficient use of your time and avoid companies that are struggling by using these kind of overlooked methods. If you have any questions about this, this is easy to verify though. If you just start listening to radio ads or TV ads, you will start noticing, okay, this company, their ads are on like 100 times a day, and that's been going on for months or years even. So that's just a successful company. So why copy an unsuccessful business? If you're going to start a business, find successful ones, copy them. And this is one way to do that. If you have any questions, you can post in the comments. I'd be happy to answer any questions. And I want to thank everyone for watching, and have a great day.